Good afternoon and happy new year to you all. I am so glad to be back. But as my guest says, we never went anywhere. Yep, I'm really grateful that 2021 is over. 2022 is here and it's bringing new opportunities, new missions, new challenges, whatever you want to call it, everything new. We have got an amazing guest today. I know I've not been live at 3 o'clock p.m. UK time in God knows how long, but we will see you after this because our guest is Cynthia Howell. You're going to look forward to that. Hello.
Hi, Adam. How are you? Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, do you know what? I missed that video. I really do.
I
But
love it. Love it.
yes. So do you know what? I have to say it. We were just saying before we came on that you're on your bucket list. You wanted to appear in the UK. Well, your dreams come true.
Woo, 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 woo. Yeah.
How do you feel?
I am so excited. Like yesterday or this morning when I woke up, I'm like, I am actually going to the UK. And I'm just so excited. I am so glad that we are connected. I've been watching the shows throughout the holiday season. Like I said, you kept saying we'll be back. I'm like, well, you're not going away. But let me tell you, I have just been so enriched. I've been so enlightened, and I've been so inspired by your guests, your panelists, all those who come on and talk about this quote unquote elephant in the room. I've just learned so much, seeing things kind of from a different perspective, but at the same time, realizing that it's really not that different across the waters. So, yeah, I'm,
Exactly.
I'm feeling great and so glad to be here. And thank you so much for having me.
You are most welcome. And you know what? That is such a beautiful feedback. And we want to thank you for that because, obviously, like I say, we're not just UK based. We got hosts in America, we got hosts in Australia. So, and obviously, you get these podcasts that some talk about autism, some talk about depression, PTSD, addiction. No, we cover the entire freaking blanket.
Yes, yes, I love it.
Exactly. And we have got a few comments off. It looks like it's my partner live from just above me. She is shouting at me because of my layout, which obviously I fixed now. Then she said, "Thank you for your lovely words from all the warriors." Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. So,
Great.
yeah, everyone, please share this, please, because this is going to make a difference. Now, I know I haven't got Cynthia's bio in front of me, but she's got a powerful story.
Yes, I do.
She really does. But I want to start with some, for the first time, because this is the first ever interview in 2022.
Woo, woo. I love first.
So I'm going to start with some quick fire questions. And you know what? Let's spice it up a little bit. And let's
Okay.
do some new ones that people have not heard before. So I'm going to say, are you an Android? What are you, an Android lass or are you an Apple lass?
I have been in the droid family for a very long time.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
What about you?
Well, my partner's probably going to shout at me for this, and she's probably going to say, "You liar." Now, for many, many years, I was an Android person. I love my Samsungs. I really do. But I've recently, well, we're talking about a year now, where I've got an Apple iPad where I do both. But I love that. I love my iPad, but I'm still with the droids. I'm still with the droids.
Power to the droids. Power to the droids.
Yes. Oh, right. We've got Paul Dakers. He's shared this to Facebook and Twitter. So
All right.
we've got Sherry McQueen. I think she's from America. She's put "Good morning, beautiful souls," live from YouTube. Andrea Evans. What's up with the bios? I'm tuning in. Yep, there you go. Hey, we're all flooding in here. Please, everyone, share the. I'm going to say it. I just love this. Please share the shit out of this.
There you go.
We've got a Facebook user saying, "Hi, Adam. Please tell me who you are. You have to register with StreamYard because that's what we're using today. Please put who you are." Yep. We need identities, guys. We need identities. Please.
Identify yourself. No incognitos.
No. We've got another one. Another Facebook user. "Hi, Adam. No, please register yourself with StreamYard." Oh, we've got Dale Walsh, which I will be promoting him after because he's live after me.
I love Dale. I love Dale.
Yeah, he put "Good morning, Adam and Cynthia." There you go. Right, we have to crack on with these questions. Are you an indoor lass or an outdoor lass?
More indoor than outdoor, but I am indoor.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I'm probably more indoor than I am outdoor. An example, I usually go to a Sunday service once a week. Well, Sunday is once a week. I go to a worship service on Sundays. Generally, for the most part, I probably don't go back outside again until the next Sunday. Every now and then during the week, I may go out to the store, but there are times when I come inside, I don't go back out. Yeah, I'm a homebody. I like being indoors. I love being indoors.
You like your crib. You like your crib.
I like my crib. That's right. The crib is where it is. That's right. And don't come bothering me in my crib. That's my space. When I'm out there, you grab me when I'm out there, but when I'm in here, leave me be.
Oh, you know, I love you kind of people because that you bring out this language in me with this crib and street and all that. Yep.
You're gonna hear a lot of that. Number one, from America. Number two, I'm from the US. Number two, excuse me, I'm from the US. Number two, I'm African American. Number three, I'm from the South. So you're gonna get a conglomeration of words and language here today. So get ready and listen. I know I'm gonna get some too. So I want to hear some of that UK slang.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. And yeah, it's again, I can't stress this enough with people saying, "Hi, Adam." Your Facebook user, identify yourself because we don't know. Register with StreamYard because that's what we're using today. Right. Yeah, just put your name. That's all you need to do. Now, last one.
Didn't need a drum roll.
Right. While you're outside, are you a nature girl or are you a land girl or do you prefer the water?
Lawn. Even though I was born and raised in Florida on the Gulf of Mexico,
Okay.
We had the beach was probably about 20 miles from us, but my mama did not want her children to go to the beach for a couple of reasons. And we may get into that a little bit later. That'll kind of intertwine with my story. So I may save that for later. But we were not allowed to go to the beach. So I never was a beach bum, so to speak. Um, I moved away, I came back, and I realized how much I love the beach and what I had. People come from miles and miles away to visit our beaches. As a matter of fact, I was born and raised in Panama City, Florida, and it has been dubbed the home of the world's most beautifulest beaches, most beautiful beaches.
Ah,
Yes. However, I am a lawn girl. I love the green. I walk. I'm a walker when I go outside. I like to jog, but I like the lawn and the trees and the woods and all of that. So yes, I would say I'm a lawn girl.
oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Wow. Do you know what? It's breathtaking just that because I love nature. I really do.
Yeah.
It's when I try and get my partner out. That's no. She's an indoor lass.
Would that be Miss Carrie?
Yeah.
Tell Carrie I said I understand.
I think she's tuned in. So Kerry, if you're listening, there you go.
She there?
Kerry, you still here? She puts sometimes put a couple of comments and then leaves. I know. She makes me stay till the end.
Tell Carrie she has to stay until the end because there's going to be a pop-up question that's going to be asked of her, and she has to be here to be able to answer it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's how you keep them in.
Kerry, did you hear that? I don't know. But for the viewers, if you see me moving around more than I normally do, it's because I'm trying to straighten my foot because I sprained my ligament over the weekend. So, yes. So I'm going to be a bit, yeah. Yeah, and it seems Kerry's not here. So,
Okay.
guys, if you can, open another tab on your device. And, oh, here we go. Oh, she jumped off to share this. Oh, really?
Oh, okay. She's allowed. She's allowed.
We'll give her that one. But
We'll
yeah,
give her that one.
no, Cynthia said, Kerry, that she's going to give you a pop-up question which you must answer. So there you go. Now, and guys, if you've got any questions for Cynthia, just throw them at her. That's fine. Come on. New beginnings here in 2022.
Yes, I love that. And it's funny you would say that because biblically, the number 8 is the number of new beginnings. And this year, in 2021, October the 6th, I actually turned 62. 6 plus 2 is 8. So for me, that's a new beginning.
You're 62?
Yes, sir.
You
October
do
6th.
not look a day over 35, love.
Can we come on every day so you can tell me that? Can I come on with you every day so you can tell me that?
Email you that. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. They said I was born October 6, 1959, so I guess that's when I was born.
I know. Right, this Facebook user, with your comments, as brilliant as these comments are, put your name on the end of it, so then we know who it is, because there's quite a few of you. But yeah, there's a lot of Facebook users, and we need to know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's dive right into it. So this is your first ever time on the Mental Health Warriors show. So who is Cynthia Howell?
Cynthia Howell is first and foremost a follower of Christ. I'm not ashamed of that. I am a mother. I have a 44-year-old son. He turned 44 in November of 2021. I am a wife. I am someone called me eccentric. They said I asked someone how would they describe me in one word, and they said eccentric. And I was kind of offended. I'm like, you trying to say I'm weird? But I am who I am.
Yeah.
You will, as we get more into the interview, if you will. I was trying to think of what I wanted to call this. I don't know if you call it an interview or not.
Discussion.
But say it again.
Discussion.
Okay. I just am who I am. I'm not I don't try to conform to anyone else. I look at people and I see some qualities that I like in them, and I can adapt some of those things. But at the end of the day, I am Cynthia. I am me. As I often tell people, I don't know anyone else to be. So,
Yeah.
so I am me. I am who I am. A lot of people equate what they do to who they are. I'm not what I do. I am Cynthia. I am Florence Mobley's child. I am Oliver Mobley's child. I am Dwight, Donnie, and James's sister. I am Marcus's mother. I am Ellen's cousin. That's who I am.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Do you know what? I've just been listening to all of that, and I'm like, I really need to connect you with someone who I believe will absolutely adore you. And
Oh,
he's called Loren Michael Harris.
okay.
And he hosts a show called Bathrobe Moments.
Okay.
And it streams every 2 p.m. UK time. And
Okay.
he does that 5 days a week. And you know what? He's part of the LGBTQ community. He's the first Black African male to appear on back of a magazine. So yeah, I think you'd absolutely adore him.
Please,
So
I would love to connect with him.
so Lorraine, if you and I know you're not active at the minute, but and I know you do watch these shows when you can, but when you do see this one, I'll connect you with Cynthia over email. I've got your email, so after this I'll connect you both.
Oh, I'm
That's what
excited about it. Can't
that's
wait.
what I would do.
Yay, yay, yay.
So
Woohoo.
Paul Dacres, my mum's middle name is Florence.
Oh, really?
There you go.
See, we have a connection.
Exactly.
You said his
So
name is Paul. Paul.
Paul Dacres.
Okay, mother's middle name is Florence.
Yeah, Paul Dacres is on LinkedIn as well. So there you go.
How do you spell Paul's last name?
Dakers.
Okay, I'm gonna be connecting with Paul on LinkedIn.
There you go, Paul. So expect a connection. I don't know if we're connecting on LinkedIn. I ain't got the clue.
Are you on LinkedIn?
I'm on LinkedIn, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be connecting with Adam on LinkedIn.
Oh, there you go. We're going for connections here. Is
That's
this the
right.
year of connecting or
Let's
something?
get connected. That's right.
Thank you, Kerry, for sending this link to Lauren. That's even better.
Cool.
Yeah, and Kerry's on LinkedIn as well.
Oh, Carrie, I'm coming for you.
Oh!
That question is coming, Carrie. You don't know when it's coming, so you better be in here.
Yeah. Right. So I want to talk about you growing up. But before I do that, Paul Dacre's, he's called Paul Dacre's Prophecy. So what I'll do for you is when I can, I will, hey, no, not that one. There you go.
Got it. Got it.
You got it? Prophecy.
Yes, thank you.
Right, and as for you, Kerry, I'm going to let Cynthia answer that one.
No, you cannot, Carrie. No, you cannot run.
Right, back to the show. Come on. I want to talk about you growing up. So I believe you was a humorous entertainer. That's the vibes I'm getting and the energy that you was that little troublemaker growing up.
Oh no, how did you guess?
I can just tell from the energy.
I was very rebellious. Excuse me. I was very rebellious. And this is why. First of all, let me back up. I was a talker. I did not have an off button. I didn't have an off button. I was in trouble probably every day in school. A great student, very bright, but I couldn't keep my mouth closed. Now I know why. Because I was born to talk. I was born to talk. That's what I do. So there was a reason why I couldn't shut up. So that was the first thing. I couldn't shut up. I was very rebellious because I was raised in a very strict Christian home. Both of my parents were devout Christians. And I couldn't do anything. Not only were they devout Christians, but we were of the Pentecostal denomination. I don't know if you're familiar with the tongue talking, hand clapping, foot stomping,
Yeah.
those people. You didn't wear makeup. You didn't wear pants. You could barely wear jewelry. You couldn't go to movies. You couldn't go to ball games. Some of them did, but my mama was the truth. She followed it. She followed the book by the book. I ain't talking about the holy book. This was the book that somebody made up. So I was very rebellious because I couldn't do anything. If I asked to go to my friend's house, it was always no. So guess what? I just started going and take the butt whipping later. So yeah, I was a mess. I didn't obey at all. It cost me a lot. I got so many whippings, and back in those days, especially in the African American family, they believe in whipping your butt. You got your butt beat, and there was no CYS or children's services or whatever coming to your house.
I know.
Investigate. You got your butt beat, and I got my butt beat a lot.
Was it worth it at the end?
Now, in retrospect, yes, because I survived. First and foremost, I'm here. I survived. And yes, I believe that when it was happening, it was not good because Adam, I took it to another level. Even when I would get whippings, I would run. Carrie, I would run. I would run because my mama, now my daddy didn't whip. It was my mama. And my mama did not play. And so when it was time for me to get a whipping, she would have to chase me to get the licks in.
Did you outrun her?
Every time until, and this is the God's heaven truth, she said to me, my daddy was a landscaper. He did landscaping for a living. So he had all the tools. And one of the tools that he had was, we called it a hatchet, AKA machete. And my mama told me one day, she said, the next time you run, when I whip you, I'm going to throw this machete at you.
Oh my God.
Guess what? The next time I got a whipping and I ran, guess what she did?
She didn't.
And I came this close to losing the back of one of my heels on my foot. And I stopped like the Matrix.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was dead serious. So
Wow.
needless to say, after that, I didn't run anymore when I got whippings. I just put my big girl panties on and took it like a big girl.
Wow. Going back to Paul Dacre's question, is there any troublemakers on this show? Well, Kerry says no. I'm saying yes. We're all troublemakers here. But just have to question yourself. If we're all serious, what kind of world would we actually be living?
Right. Have to be some troublemakers in the world, right?
I'm serious. Oh my God! But
we can't be all serious.
no.
There's got to be some troublemakers, you know.
Exactly, and that's what these shows are all about. Yeah, we get down to the nitty gritty and get all serious, but we have a laugh at the same time because this is what you need to do with mental health. You need to laugh with it.
That's right. That's right.
Otherwise, it's going to eat you alive.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Absolutely.
Yep, and as Kerry says, we aren't troublemakers. We just don't listen to Adam.
I know Carrie's a troublemaker. I know she
is. She is. I have to live with her. That's why I'm going bold, and I'm only 30.
You young buck.
I don't feel it. No, I only feel 21.
Yeah, you look 20. You look like a kid. You really do.
Do I?
You are a kid, especially in comparison to me. I'm the mama here, so y'all better pay attention today. Listen closely, children.
Oh, here we go. Robert Brooker, he's from America. He says, I seem to remember kindergarten when my mother was there. My teacher asked my mother if I could read.
The teacher asked his mother if he could read.
Yeah.
Why did the teacher ask his mother if he could read?
Come on. Yeah. Come on, expand on that, Robert.
And while Robert's expanding on that, when he said kindergarten, oh my goodness. Now you won't be able to relate to this, and probably a whole lot of other people. Do you know where I went to kindergarten? I went to kindergarten in the basement of a Pentecostal church. My kindergarten's teacher name was Miss Packer, and she was crazy as hell. Miss Packer. Miss Packer was a Looney Tune. But you know what? I'm being funny, but I'm being serious. Now, 50 something years later, I realized that she was certifiably mentally ill.
Right.
You know, but we didn't back then. you know, and we use the term crazy. I try not to say it, but because it can be offensive.
It can.
But so if I offended anybody, please forgive me. But know this, I grew up in the house. So I'm just going to put it that way. But Miss Packer was definitely in need of some attention. But then we didn't realize what was going on. We just thought, but when now that I think about it in retrospect, the behavior was quite bizarre. It really was. Although she was very bright, obviously. She was a kindergarten teacher. She was very bright. She was funny. I remember her being very funny. I remember her being very nice, but I remember her seemingly teetering a little over the edge.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you something from, and this ain't being age discriminating or nothing like that, and that's to all the old,
The old heads.
yes. So, what's the difference between mental health from when you was growing up to mental health today?
Oh, when I was growing up, Adam, we didn't even talk about mental health.
No, I'm saying.
We didn't even talk about it.
No.
There was no such thing. We didn't talk about it. You just didn't.
You just got on with it.
Say it again.
You just got on with life.
You did. And you knew from observing people, some people and their behaviors, and I'll get into that because like I said, I grew up in it. You knew that there was something not quite lining up.
Yeah.
But again, like with my brothers, they're just acting out. But that it was a little bit more serious than just acting out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't even mental health when I was growing up. That was what was that?
Exactly. But even to some context today, people still don't know what mental health is.
This is true. This is true. Let me back up a moment though. I will have to say this. Let me be real honest. In the African American culture, there was no such thing as mental health. But in other cultures, you did hear people talk about therapists, say in the Caucasian community, because we would say, we as in African Americans, be like, them white people be going to therapists and stuff, and them white people be doing this, and them white people be doing that. But they were doing what they needed to be doing. So I will say that it wasn't mentioned in our culture specifically. Let's be real clear about that, because now that I'm thinking about it, now it's all coming back to me. It wasn't mentioned in our culture, but other cultures addressed it, and we looked at them like they go to psychologists, they go to psychiatrists, and we laughed about it, while in the meantime we were having issues that were not under control.
I'm gonna ask something now, and for the viewers who are from a different culture, this is what I found out from doing my courses, my credentials. In Asia and the African culture, it's said that if you are shown to show some sign of weakness like mental health, it was branded unacceptable, and if you like shown signs of schizophrenia, then you would be carted off to somewhere and forgotten about, even by your own family. Is this all true?
Absolutely. Let me give you a perfect example.
Yeah.
When my oldest brother was doing one of his stints, quote unquote, in the state mental health facility, and I would have to drive my mama there to see him because she didn't drive, and it was about 45 minutes to an hour away from where we lived.
Yeah.
But let me back up even more. I have a lot of you're bringing up a lot of stories that I didn't even like realize that I had. Let me back up. I'm going to answer
I'm bringing you back on anyway in the future.
Wonderful. So let me tell you this. My father or my daddy had a brother at the time I when I came on the scene and when I was old enough to understand things, maybe in my maybe 9 or 10, I guess, it's when I realized that my daddy had a brother who who was and had been in a state mental health facility for 30 years at the time.
Yeah.
For 30 years, right? When my brothers were quote unquote acting out, my mama would say, that comes from your daddy's side of the family. Because his brother has been in the mental institution for 30 years. All right. So, anyway, the same institution that my uncle was in for over 30 years is the institution that my oldest brother was in that I was driving my mama to, that had always said that came from that, meaning mental illness. By this time, we knew what it was. That came from daddy's side of the family.
Yeah.
To answer your question, one day we were driving up to see my brother, and she just said to me, she said, Cynthia, you know, that didn't come from your daddy's side of the family. It came from my side of the family. I remember I had an aunt, and she didn't say aunt in the African American culture. The older people say auntie. She said I had an auntie that they tied her to a tree, and she used to just be. You know how when you tie when a dog is tied chained to a tree and he's going around. She said that that's what the woman was doing. They didn't know what to do with her. She had a mental illness and they didn't know what to do with her. So they tied her to a tree. And so she did the dog thing all day. So I forgot what your question was or what your comment was, why I was saying that about the aunt. Putting people away or something.
Yeah, about the different cultures, like in your culture, about mental health, like being branded unacceptable and
Yes.
carted off and never to be seen again.
Exactly. But that's what they did to her. Now, whatever happened to her eventually, I don't know, but that is a story that my own mama told me. And like you said, as far as my uncle, now someone took him out of the institution after he had been there for 30 something years. An old friend of the family that knew them growing up. One day she just decided to bust him out. So he had been institutionalized for 30 years, which I have a brother. My brother, my youngest brother, has been institutionalized for over 34 years. He is in a facility, a maximum security facility for the criminally insane because of the things that he did to get himself there. But the thing is, if what was happening with him would have been addressed on a mental health level versus a criminal level, perhaps his story would have been different. They in the US now, this year they're launching, I forgot what the number is, but it's a number, I'll just make up a number, 922. That's the number that is going to be dialed whenever a situation is occurring at a home or wherever, and it's detected that the person that's doing whatever they're doing is mentally ill, instead of calling 911, they're going to call 922. And this is going to bring people who are trained mental health personnel that will come to the scene of that type of situation, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful idea.
I do. And do you know what? Me doing my level 3 mental health qualification, it's now obviously I've not passed it yet, but what I've learned so far and found out, it brings tears to my eyes every time, knowing what has happened to our ancestors back in those days, like in the 1700s, 1800s, even early 1900s. And like, I'm just going to name some, and I apologize to anyone that's going to make if they're going to be like, oh my God, what the hell's going on here? But this is what happened. If you are shown signs of mental health back in those days, you were carted off, never to be seen again, and you was electrocuted. I know.
What the hell? You know what?
Exactly. Exactly.
A person, a human being that has intelligence,
Yeah,
but just has a chemical imbalance that with the proper treatment can be productive and ordinary, lead productive, ordinary, and a fulfilling life. My brother, who is currently institutionalized, the one that I said has been institutionalized over 33 years, 34 now, probably going on 35. Brilliant. Imagine if that would have happened to him. Imagine, let's bring it, to the 21st century. Imagine because I advocate for early intervention. Imagine if there had been early intervention at his first signs, how things could have been different for him. But I cannot even imagine you taking someone, locking them up, and then electrocuting them, saying, this is rubbish.
Yeah, well, they say that, and bear in mind, these people that did this was not even licensed to do this. They said it can cure the illness, but the thing is, and this is me putting it straight as from the horse's mouth, there is no such thing as a cure for mental health. There's just stabilizing it, controlling it. I've seen both sides. I've seen the friend and I've seen the enemy. And doing this is brilliant. And this is our mission. And you know what? I'm going to be hosting a podcast at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to do a panel discussion from people from all over. And I really would love you to be part of that, Cynthia. I'm even going to bring Lorraine onto it as well. And we're going to discuss the mental health, from history of mental health to mental health today. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna cover it. And this is like Kerry said, this is exactly what we're doing, and we are not going to stop. And I've said this plenty of time. When I said it, I brought tears to a few people who were listening. We are not going to freaking stop until the stigma of mental illness is dead. We're not going to stop.
Nope. No, we're not. No, we're not.
And this is why I'm admitting, I'm going to die one day. Yes, I am, but I'm not going to die for a very long time. But after we die, the channel isn't going to die because our kids are going to take over.
That's right. And my mantra, which is quickly becoming a movement, is I'm not keeping quiet anymore.
Exactly. And this is another thing what I say is, yes, #never quit. But we always say, and I always say it to my kids as well, you was born with a voice box. So freaking well use it.
Use it. That's right. I want to
Use
ask
it.
you a question before I forget.
Yeah.
When you said you've seen it from the friend side and from the enemy side, could you elaborate on that a little bit so
Yeah.
I can follow you with that?
Right now, I'm on the friend side where I'm smiling, I'm happy, and I'm content. But the enemy side is that's when it's controlling me, where I deteriorate. I have been low. I have been suicidal. I've even attempted suicide. Recent was 18th of March 2019. So almost 3 years ago. And this is why we do what we do today. And there was one person I've got to thank for all this, mental health warriors, is Philip Chan, who's recently passed away. And we're keeping his legacy going by doing this.
That's right. Do you know my oldest brother actually committed suicide? But check this out. While a patient in the state mental health facility. Guess what? He had what was called ground privileges, where they were able to go out on the grounds and take walks or whatever, of course, supervised.
Yeah.
And this particular day, when they were going back into the facility and they did the head count, guess who was missing? My brother. First of all, negligence on the part of the facility. And guess how he committed suicide? Now, somehow he made it to a bridge and jumped over it. That's the long and short. They didn't find him until 2 weeks later, though, because when they couldn't locate him when they did the head count, and it was on the news that evening, a gentleman called the facility and said, "Oh, you know what? I noticed a black gentleman when I was fishing leaning over the rail. I heard a big splash, but I assumed that it was a fish and I didn't pay it any attention until I heard that this man was missing." 2 weeks later, it's when they found him in the river.
That's disgusting.
Totally. 32 years old, 31, 32 years old.
Now, obviously, for everyone that's listening, you're not alone. There's always people to talk to.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And we're not here to trigger anyone. And I've seen loads of comments, even from you, Cynthia, that this topic is taking you all back. It's bringing a lot of things up, probably even questions you've been wanting to ask, which you never had the chance. But I'm so grateful for everyone that's taken time for this. I really am. I've never thought that this kind of thing would be so powerful. And oh my God, you know what? This just shows how grateful this life can actually be to people. And the opportunities that come forward. This is why we said at the very start, 2022 is all about new beginnings.
Right.
And this is where we all together. The Mental Health Warriors is growing every day. And I can speak for, because I'm the founder of this, I can speak highly of this. I've never found anything negative regarding us. Never. And I just love the type of people that come on these shows and share something so powerful like this. Like you, Cynthia.
And I'm so grateful to you for this platform that you've created. When I'm looking at the name, the Mental Health Warriors.
Yeah.
We all know what a warrior is.
We do.
You are a fighter. You're not just a fighter, but you're a fighter.
Yeah.
And you will wrestle this thing down to the ground.
We will.
You'll do whatever is necessary to make sure
this is done.
That's right. And I'm with you 110%.
Thank you.
Yes, because I understand. I lived it and I'm still living it because I still am my brother's guardian, although he's in a facility. Of course, I'm his contact, I'm his guardian. So I'm still living it. I have to go through he's schizophrenic. I have to go through those phases where now he's 5 years older than me. He's 67. I have to go through those phases where I'm in a phase now. Okay, he had a counselor who made sure he was in constant contact with me at least twice a month or so. And then he retired on medical. And then all of a sudden, no contact. I'm calling the facility, and every time I speak to this unnamed person, she'd say, "Oh, he's fine. He's status quo." So one day I had enough. I said, "I need to talk to my brother." I said, "I don't know if he's living or dead. Every time I call, you just say, 'Oh, he's fine. He's status quo.'" I said, "I need to hear my brother's voice. I need to talk to him." The reason why I haven't visited is he prefers not to because because of the facility that he's in, if I visit, they would have to do a strip search when he goes back in. And he says, "I'm not having that." And I said, "And I don't blame you." So we have been able to Skype a couple of times. But getting back to my point, so every time I call, she said, "Oh, he's fine." I said, "I need to talk to my brother." And this particular day, I flipped out. And she said, "Mrs. Howell." I said, "No, no, 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 no. Don't Mrs. Howell me. I need to talk to my brother. Either you figure it out or you let me talk to someone that can figure it out." But for months, you've been telling me my brother's fine. I said, I don't know if he's fine or not. I haven't seen him or heard his voice that day. So she said, "Well, well, just hold on." So she goes and she comes and she said, "Well, he doesn't want to come to the phone." And I understand him. I know him. I was raised with him. I know him, how that goes. But at a certain point,
Enough.
that's right. So then he got a counselor who she made sure he stayed in contact with me, even though his bride for calling me was a moon pie. I said, "Oh, so you've reduced me to a moon pie, huh?" She said, he said, "My mama said you don't do nothing for free." So, but that's just the humorous part of it. But yeah, he loves sweets. So, when he would call me, he would get a moon pie. She has left. For 2 years, I had her. She recently left. Now he has another counselor. And she forewarned me ahead of time. She said, "I'm telling you right now, it's probably not going to be like it was." So, matter of fact, I reached out to her a week ago and I said, "Okay, it's been like a month or so." I said, "I understand my brother. I know how he is. I know he has his moments when he's not going to talk." I said, "But I need to know, what's going on with my brother."
Yeah. Wow. Now, I could talk with you for hours. Absolutely hours, if not days on this. We
Yeah.
could literally do a full 24 hours on this topic, but we don't have that.
Right. Unfortunately, I can't believe we are almost at the top of the hour.
Yeah, we do need a part 2. We really do. We need a part 2, maybe part
Absolutely.
3. I don't know. But all I've got to say is thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for actually being open up. And I know we both shed some tears.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to happen. It always does. But it's given us something to really think about when it comes to this mental health. And you're probably going to have questions, probably for your family regarding this. Maybe. But again, in the comments, thank you. All I've got to say a bit of housekeeping is Dale Walsh is live tonight.
Dale Walsh. I love me some Dale. He has a powerful, powerful story.
He does.
Dale, I salute you, man. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just looking for his chat. There you go. I'm just seeing his guest. Right. He'll be live at 8 p.m. UK time, so in 4 hours from now. And he's going to be live. Get this. We all know who Tony Robbins is.
Yes.
He's an amazing. No, he doesn't have Tony Robbins. I wish he did. But he's got Tony Robbins' trainer, the alternative healer, Rodolfo Dr. Angele. That's who's coming on. That's who is coming on. So please tune in for that. And I know Cynthia will probably tune in for that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It'll be via YouTube then, since you're not on Facebook, won't it?
Right. That's 8 p.m. UK time.
In 4 hours from now. 4 hours. So, and this Facebook user, people need your happy place, Adam. I don't know who that is, so please tell me who it is. This is what we've been asking all podcasts with these. In future, guys, when you hop onto these shows, register yourself with StreamYard, because this is what we do. Otherwise, your comments are going to come up Facebook user, and we ain't got a clue who they are. So yeah, is is that Beverly Sankey? Just I don't know.
Hey,
yeah.
Adam, I need to keep my promise to Carrie.
Oh, go on, Carrie, you still here?
We're getting ready to find out. So, Carrie, here's your pop-up question: is it Kerry or Kerrie, or is it? How do you feel when somebody says, "Is that a girl or a boy?" Because that could be a girl or a boy name. Kerry or Kerrie? I know which one it is.
Kerry, she says.
Mm-hmm. And do people say, how was it when they couldn't see you?
She just said, know if
it was male or female.
She just said she's never had that thrown at her.
Okay. All right. Well, I did what I said I was going to do. Just making sure you're here, Kerry with a Y. This has been great.
Yeah, just a last bit on the comments. Everyone that's tuned in on the Mental Health Worries page and YouTube, I see your comments, but the ones in the group, you're coming up Facebook user. So if you're tuning in on the group, please put your names on it or register with StreamYard. Just letting you know. And speaking of that, if anyone is tuning on YouTube and you're new to it, give us a subscribe. We are building our following, and please tune in. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook as the Mental Health Warriors group, the Mental Health Warriors private group. And if you need the name of the YouTube channel, it's MH Warrior TV. And welcome Danielle Riverim. Greetings from Canada. I know I've never seen you there, but yes, please subscribe, and we will see you tonight on Dale's show.
Yes, looking forward to that too.
Yes, so I will shut off now, and yeah, I ain't got a clue when I'm back. I don't know. I need to check the diary. But there you go. Have a great one, Cynthia.
You too, Adam. Thanks so much. Don't forget to get me connected with
Lauren.
And thanks everybody.
Yeah. All right. See you soon.
Peace.
Bye, guys.